Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Okay? Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we begin with the death energy. I've been calling this the kind of once-in-a-lifetime opportunity card. And the reason for that is, well, because it's the death card, right? Because it only happens once in a lifetime. I know that might not technically and scientifically be true, but for all intents and purposes, this is the activation of your true spiritual self, right? This is you realizing that you're on the cutting edge of consciousness here, that you are at the forefront of your very own life, and you are cutting your own way through the jungle. You're paving your own way through the forest, so to speak. Let's see what else is going on. We've got some love there. We've got some strife. We've got some power. We've got some love, baby. Some love. And we've got a little bit of this Nine of Swords energy, which we had also in the reading from yesterday. Okay, and this, I think, it's something that's still on the table. I think that this is the interference from possibly that air sign or maybe a fire sign person that was... and there's that same card from yesterday, right? The Princess of Wands. And this was the person yesterday, I think, that was bringing this Nine of Swords to you. All right. And now we kind of, now we've got the Hierophant too. Very interesting. We got this idea really of some fixed energy, some solid, stable energy, and then a lot of love and a lot of wisdom here. So I think maybe this situation with this this person who is interfering in whatever capacity that was, I think that's going to be clearing up. All right. Let's select the mystery card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And this is maybe right there. This is going to go right over here. We're going to put Little Bob Ross right there on top. Happy Little Bob. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, right? It's going to give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right? Whatever you think it could be, just venture a guess, right? First thing that comes to your mind. I want to do it as a group exercise, right? Let's practice our intuition. All right. Okay, let's get started here. Let's look around for our major arcana. We have 1, 2, 3, and it's in a quite interesting configuration, because we've got this card of transformation, death and rebirth, right? It's at the forefront. It's kind of like saying that everything that's happening now is happening for the very first time, right? It's all cutting edge. It's all right at the forefront, right at the frontier of life, at the frontier of consciousness, right? That you are pushing this universe outward, right? That you are the one expanding the boundaries of the universe. It's kind of that idea that the universe is as big as we can observe it. So as soon as we push a little bit past that, it just keeps expanding with our powers of observation, right? And so this to me really is an expansion and inclusion of your universe. And of course, there is this Hierophant there at the end, which is quite interesting, especially in the context of this fiery, immature person that I think was kind of interfering with some of your, some of your good energy here, some of your happiness, right? So we do have the fire energy still. We've got, of course, our water energy here, which is very nice. We have the little bit of air, and that's That's the air that's right here with this Nine of Swords. And I think this is saying, look, let's not sink to their level. We don't want things to go this way because that's not going to be very good. Nothing good is going to come from this. So maybe we can transform this animosity, this kind of poisoned energy between the two of you, and maybe turn it into an opportunity for growth, for learning, even perhaps for mentorship, right? With that Hierophant there at the end. Because that is some earth energy. We have earth energy here, obviously, with the World or Universe card. We have the Four of Pentacles here. And that is some earth energy. So it's overall fairly balanced. But we don't really like the Nine of Swords, and that's something that we're going to have to deal with in some way. In a way that's going to be a learning experience that will be productive, right? So we started with the Two of Cups. This is a lot of, we started with the Death card. So let's do it from the very beginning. This, like I said, is you feeling as if every moment, every decision you make is like the very first time. You're right at the frontier of life, you know? So everything that you do has never really been done before. There's no real precedent for this. Sure, we can listen to other people who may have been there before in a similar position that have kind of similar ideas. But we have to make the decisions for ourselves. We have to be, we've got to be the leader here, right? Because this is your life, and this is the only one of you that's here. So you are literally the one that is, right at the frontier of consciousness. Like I said, the frontier of experience, cutting your way through the jungle here. So it doesn't matter how many times somebody has handled a situation like this in the past. It is still the first time that this is happening right now with this particular configuration. Okay. So I think we need to look at this as an opportunity to really grow and expand. And ultimately, we've got this love energy. Ultimately, I feel like you're going to be strengthening a bond with this person. I really do feel like it's a family member. And I don't know if you watched the reading yesterday, but there was this person that was kind of jealous of the good vibes that you have, jealous of the success that you have. And they were trying to interfere, maybe at work, maybe at home. I feel like this, I feel like the solution here might be a little bit of compassion and connection, even a bit of mentorship with that Hierophant here at the end. I feel like this is someone that you would be served better by having them as an ally than continuing this kind of fight. See, this here, the fire energy, fire in the environment, we have fire in the position of what you don't want. So fire and fire together is just going to create more conflict, more pain, more cruelty, more animosity, more just inconvenience, right? I mean, it's not a good combination, these cards, right? So there has to be a better solution. And I know the instinct here, Five of Wands, the instinct is to fight, right? The instinct is to kind of demand of the universe, right? You've got that Capricorn devil energy. You kind of have this, you have a fiery nature within you anyway, especially if there's a challenge. Well, that just gets you even more fired up, right? Someone says, oh, you can't do that. I bet you can't do that. Well, that's when you're going to go and you're going to do it at any cost. But at what cost, right? Because we see a great stability in your life right now. This Four of Pentacles is saying that your life is going to stay solid and complete and whole. The Four of Pentacles is safety, security, stability. This is health. This is wealth. We don't want to interfere with this, right? We don't want anything to jeopardize this. This is self-protection. This is the way that we all kind of guard our life, right? What is important to us? If this is a job thing, this is maintaining job security. If this is a family thing, well, this is obviously maintaining the stability and the safety of your family, energetically speaking, right? This is our first priority, is to maintain this as our foundation. And I think that if we switched it over to a 5, right? If we let our instinct to kind of battle this situation with this fire energy, it's not going to result in anything all that productive. It's not going to be what's best for you in this environment, right? So the high road here is, well, it's not fire. The high road is water, right? And this might be one of those situations where we don't want to take the low road. And, usually I would say, well, you've got to match fire with fire, But this person feels like they are younger than you. It feels like they're weaker than you. I don't think that they're really a threat to you, right? Energetically. I don't think that they can really mess with your job. I don't think that they could in any way negatively influence your life, right? But it's kind of a mental, emotional thing. We don't like it. We want to do something about it. The high road here is the Ace of Cups. I think that this is like the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you to take a situation that seems rather tumultuous. It seems like there's a lot of friction here, a lot of fire here, honestly. Seems like it needs a good dose of love and acceptance, right? And I know that's not what you want to hear, because I see the Five of Wands down there. I know it's not what you want to hear, but sometimes taking the high road is the best, right? And this is kind of, what's the old saying? Kill them with kindness, right? I've heard that in my life. And I think that there's something to be said about that. That it's kind of like whatever they dish to you, whatever they kind of throw your way, you're meeting with just this, almost an attitude of forgiveness. I'm not one to preach forgiveness, right? I mean, I think that we should forgive, but we should not forget. We need to learn from our interactions with the world and not let people continually, throw these kinds of swords at us. But in this situation, I think that there is something deeper going on with that other person. I don't know them. I don't care about them. I care about you. But I feel like you would be better served by trying to get underneath this fire, try to defuse the situation, and see what kind of a breakthrough can be had here. Okay? And I really am thinking that this is a family member. The more I see this person kind of dancing around, it feels like they're a family member who is maybe a little bit, I don't want to say out of control, but it seems like they need a little bit of guidance, right? Especially when we've got that Hierophant card at the end, So I think that this reading really is, I think it's good news. Okay, I think it's really the news that you're a major influence in this person's life. And it really depends on how you approach this situation. Okay, you can approach it, again, with the fire energy, kind of matching their fire with fire, or you can approach it with a different kind of energy. Because I think the challenge right now is a deeper connection. I think that they want to feel connected with you. I think that they do look to you as an inspiration, right? And it may be coming out in these very strange ways. It may be coming out like kind of a lot of drama, a lot of stress and frustration, a lot of this fiery emotional energy, okay? And I think there is an underlying bond there. That's why I think this is a family thing, okay? Mainly because of this, the Two of Cups here. Let's move to the path of the serpent. Okay. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Right? Doesn't cost you anything. And leave some comments for me. I really do enjoy reading the comments. I've been getting a kick out of seeing where everybody's from. Everybody's dropping their city, their state, their country, and it's really interesting to see how widespread everybody is in this community. It's really, I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. Okay, so the World card here. This is an opportunity to really expand your experience, expand your world. I think the possibilities are really, really interesting with this one. You know, it's easy to kind of match it with fire, and that's going to be the end of that. But if we try to do something a little different, don't go with that kind of gut instinct of just fighting, right? Let's try to take this higher road and see with this death energy what we can transform this situation into. I'm not saying that the two of you are going to be best friends or anything, but there is this possibility of inclusiveness, right? We start with this. This card could be the establishment of boundaries and limitations. Yes, there needs to be boundaries, and this is why it's not just being so tolerant and so forgiving that everybody can just steamroll right over you. No, that's not the Capricorn way anyway. This is setting up boundaries, but approaching this situation as one with love and acceptance, and trying to offer what you have to this person. Again, I think it's a family member. It could be a younger coworker. Okay. I feel like you didn't really ask to be in this situation, and so you're probably saying, well, I didn't invite this person to come at me this way. Why should I now treat them with love and kindness if they're throwing daggers at me, right? And I understand that. That's a good point. I'm not going to argue with that. But I think that if you match this with the same kind of fire, the same kind of animosity that they are providing, then it's going to be a disaster. Then it's going to just devolve into a real, just kind of cruel Nine of Swords situation. This is kind of as bad as it gets, right? And it could really be, with this World or Universe card, it could be that there's a deeper lesson here. There's a deeper implication, right? How you handle this situation is, you're not living in a vacuum with this person, right? There are other, maybe other people that are kind of noticing what's going on, right? I think generally the universe is kind of looking at how you're handling this situation, right? And I think you are already handling it with a lot of grace, with a lot of love and a lot of forgiveness. And I think that is really helping to create more opportunities for you, right? You got to think of what's going to be best for your life. Remember, we've got this Four of Pentacles back here as the foundation of your life. Now, if you can react to this situation in a mature and graceful, even hierophant kind of way, are you opening up more doors for yourself in the future, right? Or are we reacting in such a way that we're really closing the doors, right? So there's kind of a selfish motivation here. It's not completely out of the goodness of your heart that you want to help this person. It's partly that, okay? But it's also because that is going to be the best chance for a positive outcome for you and yours, all right? And that's just how it is, There's altruism, yes, but I don't think this is it. Okay. Now this is the Princess of Wands, and this is the person that's in the environment. And the way we are relating to this person is just kind of one of extreme annoyance. It's like it's just difficult to tolerate this person because everything that they do, every time that you have some good stuff going on, they have to come and interject something quite negative into it. And we were talking about that yesterday. It's just someone that always tries to rain on your parade. Well, I think it's getting worse. I think you're getting more frustrated by it. And it's building, right? Eventually we're going to have a Tower moment. I hope that's not the mystery card. Right? So what we don't want is to kind of match their fire with stronger fire, right? This is the princess, this is the prince. This is a little bit higher up on the hierarchy of the elements here. But it's still just fire energy. It's somebody that comes at you with a lot of fury, and you're just going to match it with even more fury. I mean, that's one way to go, right? But I don't know if that's the right solution, especially looking at this Hierophant next. Because the Hierophant is a bunch of things. Okay, the Hierophant is this idea of a fixed knowledge. This is kind of, this is a card that says you don't have to do things in the established way, in the way that is just kind of, has been repeated so many times, right? This is, you know, somebody, if somebody wrongs you, then you just wrong them back, right? So this is a lot of the kind of expected behavior, right? This is kind of the instinctual. Someone hits you, you hit them back, right? It's instinct. Sometimes we can't help but reacting that way. But the Hierophant is saying, let's transcend that. Let's try to take a course of action that is going to allow us to grow, not repeat the same patterns over and over again, and further ingrain these patterns of behavior, right? We can't respond to everything as if it were a nail and we are the hammer, right? The Hierophant here is also suggesting to me that this person really needs some sort of, you know, mentorship, honestly. And I feel like they do look at you as somebody who is wiser, someone who is more mature, someone who is in more control over their reactions, right? And this might be a cry for help, might be a cry for attention from this person, especially if it's a family member, a younger family member. I mean, this could be, you know, it could be children, it could be nieces, nephews, you know, whatever it might be. Grandchildren, I don't know. But I feel as if there's a lot of, see, with the Hierophant, there's a lot of wisdom for you to share. There's a way for you to kind of lead by example here. But I think this is also a learning experience for you, and a way for you to expand your consciousness, to open up new doors in your own kind of psychic evolution, you know? I think this is good news. I think this has the potential to really be a positive thing for you. But again, there are boundaries. There needs to be firm boundaries, but still one of acceptance, you know, but very disciplined. You know, I want to look at the mystery card. I'm getting a little anxious here. I don't know if this is going to be that Tower card or not. If this is going to be something that is a little bit more magnanimous, a little bit more inclusive, tolerant, accepting, yielding, maybe. Maybe we need some more water energy. Maybe we need like a 6 of Swords. That's what I'm going to say, 6 of Swords here. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. All right, let's see what we have. Oh, Knight of Pentacles, your power card. It's your power card. This is the cardinal earth energy. This is fire of earth, right? Just like that devil card, the Capricorn energy, the cardinal earth, fire of earth energy. This is your power card in action. And this is interesting because we have all of this earth energy here, right? And now we've got this fire. The fire that is now not down here in the instinctual area that wants to just swing back, right? Now we're using that fire to further our spiritual vision, to expand our universe. Reacting with fire to this situation, just hitting them back, is going to be very limiting. That's going to really close the doors. It is what it is. That's it, you know. Channeling this into something else can be more expansive, can lift these limitations, can lift the boundaries, can create doorways and opportunities where there weren't any before. This is you moving the mountain, okay? It's you moving the mountain. I think this is a very good confirmation card. This is showing that you're thinking long term, too. Your reactions right now are going to affect who you are in 5 or 10 years. It may not feel that way now. Right now it feels like we need to react immediately, but we don't. We have to understand how every decision we make, every action we take right now is creating who we are in 5 years, where we are, what we are, and what we're doing in the future, right? It's creating karma, little seeds of karma. So this is a tricky situation, but I think that you know the way forward here. Okay? And it depends on the individual situations, but you got this. You do. Now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link up in the corner. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Capricorn, for all signs. Cross watch, check your other placements, right? If you know who this person is, check their sign too. If they're a fire, maybe it's that air person. I'm here every day from 6 to 8 a.m. Chicago time. Come back, see me again tomorrow. Okay, this is a daily show, so you can come as often as you like. All right. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free, doesn't cost you anything, and it's good for the channel. All right. You can leave me some comments. Again, I really enjoy hearing about where all of you are from. If you want to drop your city, your state, your country, just to give a shout out, I think that's wonderful to see how spread out we all are. Right? We really are kind of networking the entire globe here, and I love that. If you have a small business or a website, or you've got anything that you want to plug or promote, there is a community post on the Dove and Serpent page. It's going to be right at the top. I'm going to keep sharing it so it stays at the top. Okay? Put in the comments there your business, your book, your website. Right? We're creating our own like Dove and Serpent yellow pages here, right? So plug your business or your website or your YouTube channel or whatever. So it can become a resource for anybody. And if you're looking for resources, check out the comments, use the search function, and see if there's something in there that someone else is offering, right? Let's help each other succeed. Yeah. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.